Good afternoon, it's Darren Dance with this edition of ATB Weekly, and today I'm down at the Werribee Quarantine Centre where on Saturday 16 internationals will arrive here, and this grass that I'm standing off will be totally off limits. In the stable behind me, 4 horses will be positioned in there, including our Jackalbury and Tac de Bastron. It's a beautiful day in Werribee today, but unfortunately I don't think it's going to last too long, and the forecast for this weekend, including the AFL Grand Final, is going to be pretty ordinary. But we're all very excited about the arrival of these horses, and they should be here in these stables sometime around 3 p.m. on Saturday afternoon whilst the AFL Grand Final's in progress. And we look forward to them arriving, and hopefully they travel safely, and then we can march on towards the Caulfield and Melbourne Cups with these horses. Let's talk about last week's race results. It was a quiet weekend for us. We only ended up with 4 runners in the end. Unusual Suspect raced at Caulfield on the Saturday. We chose to give him a fairly tough run, a real good hit out second up, and he settled second, and he travelled up nice, but he did tire and weaken for the last 150, so he'll be now at his peak, and we're just planning another run for him in a couple of weeks out over 24 or 2500. Jockey Peter Merton says that the horse is in great shape and probably better than what he was going last year. Bear Min, first up at Ballarat, finished a creditable 7th, come from well back on a leader-dominated track, and we were really happy with her run first up, and she seems to be back on track. 1400 for her next time will be her go. Here the Speaker went around at Gawler and ran a disappointing 7th. We've brought her home to the stud, and we'll look at what we do with her going forward. Queen Era ran at Swan Hill also on Sunday. A great run, beaten a neck into 4th place. Really found form, ridden back, tongue tie on, and she's busting to win a race now, and hopefully we can get a win with her shortly, and we'll be off to Melbourne with her in a couple of runs. Looking forward to this week, we start off with Friday at Geelong. We've got Schwarzens in the 1200 metre maiden, having her 3rd start, 1200 metres, perfect for her with Ryan Maloney. Unfortunately, we've drawn barrier 11, and it's 50-50 whether we run or we scratch. But Schwarzens, a nice run last time in 4th position, and she's ready to win a race shortly. Also on the card over 1700, Hectorius, Ryan Maloney again, the Matthew Williams trained pair. Hectorius, 1700, barrier 11. There's already a couple of scratchings out of that race, so he gets a real chance to be winning at his 3rd race start. On to Friday night at Moonee Valley, a great night racing. We start off with Rue Maple in the 1200 metre mares race. She's got 60 kilos and Glenn Boss booked to ride. I don't think there's a hotter jockey in Australia at the moment than G Boss. She's drawn barrier 10, but with rain forecast, a lot of rain forecast on Friday and Saturday and a pretty cold weekend, that'll suit her, and hopefully there is a few come out and she can sneak in a couple of gates and be ready to do her best. She's going well, Rue Maple. She should be showing you something on Friday night. Platelet, she's in the Group 2 Moya. She's currently around $11 chance, 4th in the betting. Barrier 5, only 8 runners, but Buffering's obviously the very short price favourite and a class horse of the race, and he'll be hard to beat along with Ready to Rip. But Platelet, she never runs a bad race, and she'll run good again at Moonee Valley Friday night. Unfortunately, Nick Hall's been a bit ill, so we're just finalising the rider. But Platelet, she's never finished further back than 4th. Her run behind Bell Sprinter last time was sensational, so we look forward to Platelet going around Friday night. No races Saturday with the AFL Grand Final. We move to Sunday at Caulfield. Mumbai, the Peter Moody Mumbai, going to Caulfield over 2,000 metres. Luke Nolan on board, only 6 starters. It looks a perfect race for Mumbai. She impressed last start at Kilmore when she come from behind where no horse made ground, and hopefully she can be very hard to beat in this race and go to the paddock a winner. On the same day out at Coleraine, we've got Magnus Bell running, having her third or 4th start in over back to 1,000 metres. She didn't really get over the 1,200 last time at Echuca, so we just drop her back to 1,000. Billy Egan to ride. He rides really well. She's drawn barrier 3 of 10. She should be able to go straight to the front. It's a leader's track, and hopefully she can break her duck on Sunday at Coleraine. On Monday we move to Echuca. First up, Evans, 1,000 metre race. She was good last time as a 2-year-old. She didn't win a race, but she had a couple of placings in town, and she's well above average. Another horse that's drawn terrible in 12. Dean Yendall on board. Look, from 12 at Echuca, she'll be midfield or back and she'll be hitting the line, but I think she'll probably need this in the end. Our other runner on Monday at Echuca is the Exceed Excel mare Kaltara, a mare who's had a lot of chances. Jack Hill goes on board. She's up to 1400 metres. Blinkers come off. We have to forget about the last start she went around and take her on trust, but Jack will be instructed to ride her back and see if she can hit the line home. I'm afraid we're starting to run out of patience with Kaltara. And look, that's our runners for the weekend. Probably our best for this weekend, I would think, would be Mumbai at Caulfield on Sunday, followed by maybe Hectorus at Geelong on Friday. Obviously, all the attention on Saturday and Sunday is going to be with the two imports, Jackalbury and Tactivastron. Both horses are in great health, and we just hope they travel well and they settle in well, and I'm sure they will. So I'm sure next week when I broadcast to you, we'll be able to give you an update on those two horses. Of this week's news, obviously we've got a big breakfast here at Werribee on the 6th of October. Now, if you haven't already RSVP, there's still time to get involved and come down at 7 a.m. next Saturday week, and watch all the imports go around the track and work. And it promises to be a good morning, and we're hoping to have a couple of trainer interviews and a few tips and a bit of advice for the Melbourne and Caulfield Cups. Have a look at our website. On the front page, we've got our ATB events. We've got a lot of events coming up over the next 2 months. We've got a breakfast at Werribee. We've got a Christmas party in December. We've got lots of functions, and we hope to see you there at a lot of them. Last weekend, we kicked off our ATB Centrebet Spring Tipping Competition, and it was a bit of fun. Look, it was a little bit late notice, a little bit hard to get set up, and I think we've ironed out all the problems we've got now. But our winner was Brian Johnson, who picked up $1,800. I hope those tips went in before Saturday, not on Sunday, because he works for ATB as our IT man, so he's got access to it. And in second place was his son, Adam. So there's a bit of a smoky there, I think. In the top 10, that letter's been posted on our website, and I see a couple of Bombers supporters there looking at the usernames, and it promises to be a bit of fun. Just notice with that Centrebet don't select the venue until Friday lunchtime, so you can't actually put your tips on until Friday afternoon or Saturday morning. So hopefully everyone's set up, and we'll have a bit of fun with that. We've got some great prizes at the end of the year for the leading tipster from ATB, and that includes 2 tickets to Ballarat Cup Day in the ATB Marquee, plus a trophy and plus some other great prizes. So we hope you all get involved there and have a bit of fun. Until next week, I hope your horses run well this weekend, and we'll be cheering them home. Cheers.